To cut or not to cut? That's the question you got to answer here with the sugar mill and your sugar beets. But are these things even worth owning? Let's go find out. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the sugar mills and if these things are even worth owning. Now, you've got two different versions. You've got a large and a small. The large one's going to run you $240,000. I'm pretty sure that there's not very many maps that actually come standard with a sugar mill, so you're probably just gonna have to put this one down right here, or you could use the little one at $36,000. And the way we're going to be taking a look to see if these things are worth anything is I've got a spreadsheet right here. And the first thing you can see is that I've got the inputs right here in the first column. You've got sugar beet cut, and sugar cane. And to get sugar beets, it's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is come over and grab one of these Flegel Ruby 2000s right here. It's going to attach to the front of your equipment, and then you run all of your sugar beets through it. It's going to cut it, and you're actually going to be able to make a lot of money just doing that by itself. But I think you're going to want to use cut sugar beets here in your sugar mill because it's going to be a lot more profitable. And you can see that we also have sugar cane as well. Those are the three different ways that you're going to be able to have recipes here in the sugar mills. We've got the large and the small both showing here at the same time. Next column, we got the peak easy input sell price. You can see that it's anywhere from $375 for 1,000 liters of sugarcane, all the way up to $766 for 1,000 liters of cut sugar beets. Now, these prices are based on the peak easy estimated price. Okay, so that means that you're going to sell your crops when it's the most profitable for you. So you're not going to sell it when it's rock bottom prices. You're going to sell it when it's at the highest point, and that's the estimated cost right here that you're going to get. And if you're playing on normal economic, it's 60% of these values, and if you're playing on hard, it's one third, 33% of the values that you're seeing here on the screen. So the next two columns are the input quantity per cycle and the input value per cycle. The quantity is how many inputs you need for each one of these recipes, and the input value, that's how much those are worth. All right, so 2 liters of sugar beet are worth $1.19. The next two columns that you see here are the output and the peak easy output sell price. So you're going to get sugar on all of these recipes, and that is valued at $1,575 per 1,000 liters. Next two columns are the output quantity per cycle and the value of that cycle. So as you can see, each one of these has its own specific output. So you got 1.05 liters for regular sugar beets, and that's going to be $1.65. Or you've got cut sugar beets at 3 liters, and that's $4.73. Now, all of this is sugar, all right? So it's going to be the same value, just how much volume do you have that's affecting that output value per cycle. Now, the next column here, you can see two different sets of information. This is where things really start to take a twist and a change between the large and the small sugar mill. Your cycles per month on the large is anywhere from 5,880 all the way up to 12,720. If you look at the small sugar mill, you can see that they are exactly 10% of that value. So 1,272 for the sugar beet compared to 12,720 and so on. Now, production cost per month, it's exactly the same. Does not matter if it's large or small. It's going to be $120 for your sugar beet and your sugar cane, but only $72 for your cut sugar beets. The next column here, this is your output value per month. So if you take the quantity output and you take that value and you multiply that by the number of cycles per month, you're going to get these values right here. And you can see that for sugarcane, it's anywhere from $13,677 all the way up to cut sugar beets at $27,711. That's why I said cutting your sugar beets was going to be important, because you're able to make more money than if you just left them at regular sugar beets. And how much more? Well, it's almost $7,000 more per month. The next column here is the input value per month. Now, why do I have this? Well, the reason is because this is the value of the crop if you didn't run it through a production. So you can see that for your sugar beets, if you would have just sold all of that volume, you're going to make about $15,000. But if you run it through the production here and you turn it into sugar, well, now that sugar is going to be worth almost $21,000. So you can see the next column here. This is the difference in that. So you're going to make anywhere from about $5,200 more on cut sugar beets all the way up to $7,100 more on sugar cane if you turn it into sugar instead of selling it off as a regular product. And the values for the small sugar mill aren't exactly 10% of what they are on the large sugar mill, because you still have the same production cost. So you get a little bit more of a hit on those lower producing volumes. Now, that additional revenue per month may seem like a really good thing until you start to consider how much the facility actually costs. Once again, the large sugar mill is $240,000 and the small sugar mill is $36,000. Well, how many months does that take to pay off? Right here, you could see anywhere from 8.7 months if you're running cut sugar beets in the large, all the way up to 17 and a half months if you're running sugar cane. Now, for the small one, it doesn't get any better, guys. 13.3 months for cut sugar beets, all the way up to 28.6 months on sugar cane. Now, how did I come up with this? Well, what I did is I took the cost of the facility and divided that out by the output value per month, because that's how much you're getting the value of those items, the sugar that you're getting as the output. I didn't do the difference in it because you're getting the profit, or you're getting the revenue from the initial sugar. You don't need to worry about how much extra I'm making because you're just trying to pay off that building, and you're using the sugar to be able to do that. The good news is you're going to be able to run all three recipes at the same time because this is a full production facility. That does not mean, and that means that you don't have any productions being divided if you run all three of them. So you're going to be able to run full capacity, full maximum productivity in these facilities. Now, we all know that you can harvest a ton of sugar beets and a ton of sugar cane on a field. So what is your max input volume per month? Well, it's going to be about 17,500 liters for your sugar cane, all the way up to about 29,000 liters for your cut sugar beets. And what's your maximum output for a month? Well, it's about almost 9,000 liters for your sugar cane, all the way up to almost 18,000 for your cut sugar beets. So you're going to have plenty of storage in there. It's just you're going to have to figure out maybe where to store some of your other crops. Are you going to have to just store it on the ground and then bring it over, maybe in the train, somewhere like that, to be able to store all of this product before you need it? And then actually, after you are done with it, where are you going to put all the sugar at? So the sugar mill is a very interesting facility for me because you don't have access to it on a lot of base game maps or even modded maps. They don't really put a lot of sugar mills in there, and you need it for a lot of other products now. You're going to need it to make chocolate, it's dairy, and some other places like that. They're going to need that sugar. So I think that it's going to be one that you're kind of going to have to just go ahead and bite the bullet and do. And I don't think it's that bad. I really think this is a facility that you're going to be able to put down and be able to make quite a bit of money here. And then if you use it in your other productions, then you're just going to be able to compound that revenue even more. Well, that's going to be it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like if you would. Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on your notifications to keep up to date on my future videos. While you're waiting on those future videos, go and check out one of these two right here. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver53 signing off.